Hi, and welcome to my channel. Another Formula One completed. With Spain behind us, we have 6 races in 4 countries in just about 6 weeks completed. That's very impressive. A massive shout out to all the people involved, especially logistics, teams, managers, principals, media, but most importantly the marshals who on those races back to back were working. This is a volunteering job. We're working very hard weekend on weekend. So thank you very much and big shout out to you guys. Look forward to seeing more races on the calendar, especially one in Bahrain. We're based in Bahrain. We have an amazing track with many different track configurations. So hopefully we will see it still in this 2020 calendar. But let's go back to Barcelona. First of all, it was great to see Perez back in his seat. I mean, it's good to see him back in health. How long is he going to be there? We don't know. The rumors about Vettel talks with Racing Points, very interesting, but we'll have to wait and see. I miss seeing Hulk. To be honest, he's really amazing driver, and it was good to see him pushing and getting maximum out of the car. I think after such a long break, seven months, I believe it was, to go back to the car and get it, to that capacity so quickly is very impressive, and I think that's a clear indication that he deserves a seat in F1. Now talking about Racing Point, what a brilliant move from Stroll. I mean, at the start of the race, he got tow from Bottas, and a really amazing move on his side. I mean, Bottas had a pretty bad start, so and Verstappen utilized that and got a tow from Hamilton. But that was a very clever move from Stroll's side. As expected, the champion Lewis Hamilton dives into the sunset. Verstappen is following him closely behind for the first few laps. But then, he realizes that there is no chance. Hamilton goes off, and Verstappen is racing very good race in his own pace. But my favorite bit was the lap 34, the fight between Leclerc, Norris, and Albon. These guys had a brilliant race, and in my opinion, I would like to see more of those close races between everybody on the track. Outside these 3 guys, obviously Grosjean delivers race on race, fantastic entertainment, whether he's on the braking and he cuts somebody off, or he's just doing very dangerous maneuvers on the track. I know it's dangerous, but it's really entertaining, so that was repeatedly a few times throughout the race. Now let's talk about Vettel. This, without a doubt, was his best performance in this season. He managed to complete 37 laps on the soft tires, which is actually crazy. But the whole situation with Vettel from the start of the season, very unhealthy. There was clear lack of communication between him and the team during the race. I've watched the whole race communication from them, and literally there is no talks about strategy, no talks about pitting, the weather conditions at all. So ultimately left by himself on the track. He did a great job in the last few laps where he was trying to block whoever was behind him. Unfortunately, he was passed over, but from the 5th position, he was holding 5th position for quite a long time on old tires. So that was the old Vettel that we remember and love. But the whole situation, I think, is very unhealthy. They're not utilizing his potential at all. We know that they can't change the car this year, so the only option that they have at the moment is to utilize what they have. I mean, Leclerc is performing very well, getting maximum out of the car. But Vettel's chassis in first 5 races, he was repeatedly complaining about it. Nothing was done until last race. For the race in Spain, they did change the car. We see improvement straight away, but still that hostility between the driver and the principal is unhealthy. I don't like it. And I would like to see some improvement. I would like to see the old Vettel racing and competing for the 1st and 2nd position. It's quite interesting. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in your comments. Who do you think is at fault here, and whether it's Vettel not driving to his maximum, or whether it's Binotto not pushing the team enough. I don't know. Let me know in your comments. Ultimately, it was a fantastic race for Vettel. I'm very happy that he managed to not only finish the race, but also compete. And he was holding strong to the 5th place, managing his tires perfectly. So I really hope this is just the beginning and a road to recovery for Vettel. I personally really think Hamilton is an amazing driver, but would love to see somebody challenging him. Bottas at the moment, I don't think he's challenging Hamilton at all, even though they have a similar car. So I would like to see, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Vettel put in the cars that will be able to attack and deliver some great action and entertainment for all of us. The very interesting element about this season is that the main focus is not about drivers, but it's about team principals. The whole drama that's been happening is mostly between the team principals and what their action is or reaction to what's going on the track. So it's funny to see that, we used to talk about drivers, the drama, the fighting on the track. These days we don't see that much fighting, but we see a lot of fights between the team principals and team managers. Racing Point, being very upset about the integrity being compromised by FIA with his penalty for this year's car. So he's actually taking FIA to International Court of Appeal. He believes that he hasn't done anything wrong, and that yes, as I mentioned before, that the FIA is compromising his integrity of team and ruining his name. He actually issued a statement, very rare statement, to the public, saying that they were not at fault, they didn't break any rules. But then on the other side, you had 4 teams ganging up against it and saying to FIA that they feel that the penalty was not harsh enough, and that some more action. Actually, Ferrari and Renault are continuing with their appeal to FIA. Let me know what your thoughts on this one. Do you think that they will settle the dispute with a negotiating settlement, or do you think it's going to go beyond that? I don't know. I mean, I think definitely the decision that will be made will in some form shape the future of F1, because whatever the decision will be, will either have the continuation of the constructor championship, or we might be moving into more like F2, similar chassis, similar cars, elements. So I don't know, it's quite interesting. We'll within the next few months we'll probably see what's gonna happen. It's really exciting times. As a marshal myself and as a driver for the 2000cc Challenge Bahrain, I know that this is the pinnacle of racing. So you have the 20 seats for the most talented drivers in the world. They are dedicated, they're fast. Without a doubt, they have an amazing machines. So what I want to see really wheel-to-wheel action. I would like them to, really get maximum out of their cars, but just some action on the track as well. We want to see overtakes. We want to see people fighting for the position. Just at the end, I would mention that Raikkonen actually beat the record on this during this race for the most amount distance driven by the driver in F1 history. So that's something that is really cool. That's it from me now. This was my first vlog, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We are having a few interviews from the motorsport industry and community lined up. We'll be bringing you updates from the Formula One, as well as my championship 2000cc as a driver and our team. So thank you very much and see you soon.